So CRM usually stands for Customer Relationship Management. CRM usually stands for Customer Relationship Management. Now, what is this Customer Relationship Management? Customer Relationship Management basically talks about a tool which stores all the information of your customers. Okay, not just customers, the prospects also, people who can be customers. Okay, so it is a tool which basically helps you store all their information. Right? The customers, the prospects, their phone numbers, their addresses, email IDs, what product they are willing to buy, what is their budget, which area they belong to, which industry they are coming from, hundreds of things like this. Okay, so there's a lot of this kind of information which needs to be stored by a company, right? If you're doing business, you definitely have to maintain a database where you have the customer details. Okay, if you talk about say 10-15 years back, the requirement was just to store the customer information in terms of the requirement was just to store the customer information in terms of what do you call it, phone numbers and email IDs. That's it, nothing more than that. I mean, businesses never needed to store any additional information. Now things have changed. Now there's a lot of competition in the market. So when there is so much of competition in the market, just storing the phone number does not help you get your customers. So what all you need to do, whenever there is a customer who inquires for some product, you need to track the preference. You might have seen, it happens whenever you inquire for something, you keep on getting information from that company afterwards also. Whether you buy it or not buy it doesn't matter, but they keep on informing you about the similar kind of products and things like that. So what is happening? The companies are also tracking the preferences. They also want to track, the which industry the customer is coming from, or which particular area or location the customer is coming from, because the companies do a lot of analysis based on this information, right? And they get a clear view of how they should be approaching the customers from this kind of information, right? So with growing competition in the business, this need of CRM is also increasing, right? So CRM it has always been an important factor for any company, but day by day it is becoming more important for companies, right? So now it is actually very important, and the companies need to actually do a lot of things with CRM. As I told you, 15 years back, you talk about a CRM, the thought was okay, a database where you have your customers, their phone numbers, email IDs at the max. That's it. That is CRM. I mean, that was CRM 15 years back. Now CRM means a lot of things. CRM is something from where you track everything, starting from your campaigns till your cases management, stuff like that. Now, apart from that, you also want to track in-depth information about your customer, their buying pattern, their how they buy, what they plan to buy, when they plan to buy, how much they are willing to spend, information like that. Apart from that, there's another thing that a CRM people, now companies have started expecting from CRM is automation. Okay, so if things can be automated in CRM so that manual work can be reduced and that manual errors can also be reduced, right? So now the companies actually prefer uh, CRMs which can help them automate stuff also. Like if there is a customer who inquires for a product, rather than someone manually sending an email to that customer, is there a possibility that an automated email can go to that customer? Correct. So now that is CRM. All right. So CRM has become very very popular, and it's again day by day it's gaining its importance. Right. Now, there are a lot of CRMs available in the market. So we understand what is CRM and the importance. Now let's understand what are the options available to the companies when they start looking for CRM in the market, there are a lot of CRMs. I mean, SAP CRM is there, Siebel CRM, Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, Sugar CRM is there, Zoho CRM is there, Sage CRM is there. So there are so many things, okay, in the market. Now, how does a company decide on which one they need? So if you are running a business and you understand all the importance of CRM, how are you going to pick a CRM for yourself? So there are structure wise there are two types of CRM. Okay, so first of all you'll have to decide which type of CRM you need, and then you can actually go ahead with a particular company. So one is an on-premise CRM, one is an on-cloud CRM. Okay, now we have these two options, on-premise or on-cloud. So first thing that you have to decide, or any company has to decide, whether they want to go with an on-premise CRM or an on-cloud CRM. On-premise CRM is pretty simple. On-premise CRM means a CRM in which the server is maintained by the business itself. Got it? So if you are running the business, it's your CRM. You maintain the server within your premise. So that's the reason it's called on-premise. Server means the database server. Okay. DB server is on premise. Okay. So the business has to set up the server, the database server, and this CRM is going to be connected to that server. As simple as that. Because data needs to be put in some server, right? We are talking about a lot of information. Whatever we are talking about, it's all data. Customer information, customer details, customer data, everything is data, right? Now, so when we are talking about that, this entire data is being saved on a server. Okay. Now, the only difference is where is that server hosted. That's the only thing. So in on-premise CRM, the server is hosted in within your premise. So you are the one who set up the server, and then your CRM application gets connected to that server. In case of an on-cloud CRM, the database server is on cloud. Now, who can tell me what is this cloud? Definitely, the other question that comes into mind is, what is cloud? Anyone? What is cloud? Nowadays, it's very popular. We have cloud computing, things like that. Their data is stored on the cloud. Okay. Virtual server. Okay. Hmm. Fine. So basically, the cloud is okay. Let's understand what exactly cloud means here, or let's understand what exactly cloud computing means, and then you can understand what exactly cloud is. So, cloud computing is basically the concept of connecting a huge number of computers together through a big network. You've seen clouds, right? How they actually get connected to each other, right? So, same way, if you are trying to connect a huge number of computers together through a big network, that is cloud computing. Okay. Okay, now my question is, why would you want to connect those computers together? The reason why you plan to connect those computers so that they can use the shared resources. Okay, so cloud computing is a concept where you connect huge number of computers through a big network. What is the advantage of doing this? Why would I connect them? To use the shared resources. So same server or same hardware can be used for multiple computers. That is the advantage of cloud computing. Okay. So this big network which we are talking about is often internet. Okay. So this is usually internet, the network which is used for connecting them. And advantage is definitely that you can use the shared resources. Okay. So let me give you a very simple example which you can relate to in your daily life. You use Gmail. We all use Gmail account, right? Now, why are we able to use a single Gmail server, all of us? How come your email comes to me? Your email comes to me because we are connected through that Gmail server. Basically, you are sending the email to Gmail. I am also sending, so we are both connected to the Gmail server, and that's the reason why we are able to see the emails, right? So we are connected actually through that Gmail server. The Gmail server is the shared resource. Just imagine a situation where you had to create your own email server. You just create a 50 GB hard disk for yourself and set up your email there. That would have been a very awkward situation, right? I mean, because not because you have to spend money and time on setting it up, but also because if that email server is not connected to others, how does it make sense? So in this case, in this Gmail example, what you see is you might be sitting any place in the world. Your computer is connected to this Gmail common server. So Gmail's common server can be this, and your computer, my computer, someone else's computer, someone from Japan, someone from Korea, someone from Australia. Everyone is getting connected to this, right? So what is the network which is connecting? Internet. What is the advantage? The shared resource being used, right? So this is the cloud computing concept, all right? And this is cloud. So the shared resources are, said to be on the cloud. So like in this case, this server is said to be on the cloud. Got it? So the way you are using your Gmail server, Facebook server, or a Google Drive, the same way there are certain companies who have this kind of a server where a business can store their customers' information. In Facebook, usually what do you store? What gets stored in the Facebook server? Your pictures and status updates and stuff like that. In Gmail server, what is getting stored? Your conversations. In a CRM server, in a cloud-based CRM server, usually the customer information of the clients gets stored. Okay, so the concept is same, just that Salesforce server is being used for storing the customers information of their clients. Got it? So this is the second option on cloud CRM. So one is on-premise CRM. In on-premise CRM, what happens? You basically have to, if you actually opt for an on-premise CRM, you have to set up the server within your premise, and you have to connect your CRM application with that server. In case of an on-cloud CRM, like Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, Sugar CRM, for these companies, they have their own server. So you don't have to worry about the server part. You just have to take the login credentials or licenses from them. You just have to buy the license, and they will give you the application as well as the storage space. And the advantage is that this storage space is on cloud. So the biggest advantage of the cloud is that it can be accessed from anywhere. Correct. So when you are accessing your Gmail account, do you ever have to worry about that I have to be at my home, I have to use my laptop only, then I can access Gmail? Does that happen? No, right? You can be sitting anywhere in the world and you can be having any computer. You just need internet connection to get connected. The same concept applies. If it is an on-premise server, on-premise CRM, you can access it only from your company premises, because on-premise CRM gets connected to the computers through a LAN cable, local area network. Okay. So this local area network can work only within that premise. On-cloud CRM, on the other hand, is something which can be accessed from anywhere in the world. So that is an advantage. So one first advantage of on-cloud CRM, that you actually did not have to spend a lot of time and money into setting up the server for yourself, which itself is a very tedious job. Setting up a server is actually very tedious, and not just tedious, it's again something which requires a lot of maintenance regularly. So it's not just one time activity. Today you set up the server and from tomorrow it's going to work fine. No, it's going to require a lot of maintenance. You'll need to hire staff who can actually look after the networking part. You have to hire the staff who can actually look after the uh, server part, right? So you'll have to hire people who can actually take care of it. So again, that is additional cost and additional work for you. On top of that, it again becomes important for you to take care of the security of the server. Security of the server means not just the theft of the server or something like that. Security also means protecting it against any of things like a fire or things like that. How do you take the backup? So there is a lot of thing. There are a lot of things which need to be done if you set up your own server. Okay. So for that reason, on cloud CRM seems to be a very good solution. One, you don't have to spend that much of time and money and effort in terms of setting up the server. It's just a plug and play kind of thing. The moment you purchase a license, you can start using it from the next moment, very next moment. It's again something where you have the advantage of using the backend server of the same company, and you don't waste your time in maintenance. So there is no maintenance that you need to do. Whenever you take a flight, think about it. I mean, just, when you're flying from one place to other, you take a flight or you board a train or you take a bus. What do? You just get into the bus or you just get into the flight, pay for it. I mean, before you pay, get into the flight, use it, come back. Are you responsible for hiring the pilot? No. Are you responsible for maintaining? No. Even if I give you a flight for free, I mean, if I aeroplane for free, that okay, fine, keep it with you. Don't you think it's going to be very difficult? So initial installation is one factor, but maintenance, where are you going to actually keep that? A big aeroplane, right? So that is the thing. So for that reason, this on-premise CRM has become a little less popular nowadays, and on-cloud CRM is becoming very popular these days. So in on-cloud CRM, we have Salesforce, we have MS Dynamics, we have Oracle CRM on demand, we have Sugar CRM, we have a Sage CRM, we have Zoho CRM. So we have all these CRMs. Right? All these options are there. Out of all these options, on cloud is clearly becoming more popular nowadays, and these are some of the most popular ones. Out of all these, Salesforce happens to be the most popular. Okay, so they have the majority market share, and they are the most popular in this CRM category. Okay, so what we understand is Salesforce is world's number one CRM, and it's an on-cloud CRM. That's it. Okay. Why do we see so much of demand about Salesforce? Why do there are so many? Why do we see so many job openings and so much of demand? Because CRM is very becoming very popular. So on one side, CRM is becoming very popular. On the other side, Salesforce is the most popular CRM. So CRM is gaining importance, and Salesforce being the most popular CRM, it definitely has a lot of demand in the market. Got it. So that's the important part here. Okay. So I see a question here. Which one is more reliable? Okay. So what do you guys think? Which one is more reliable? On cloud, I think the question was about on cloud and on premise, right? So what do you guys think? Which one you think is more reliable? On cloud or on premise? After listening to the entire story, which one you think is better? On cloud. Why? I mean, in case you guys want to speak, you can speak. You can unmute your microphone and speak also. But the moment you are done with speaking, please go back to mute mode. Yeah. It's not that just you have to type. Okay. So which one you think is more popular? Sorry, reliable on cloud, right? What are the advantages of on cloud? Quickly, I want you guys to tell me how on cloud is more reliable or better than an on premise.
Because of security and less maintenance.
Security, less maintenance. Not, it's yeah. I mean, less maintenance from your side, but it actually gets more maintenance. It actually gets more maintenance. Why? Because their core job, their core specialty is that. For example, think about it. I mean, just very very simple example which you can actually relate to. You have some information in your hard disk, okay, and you have the same piece of information on a Google Drive. Let's say you have a file in a hard disk and you have the same file in Google Drive. Okay, which one can you rely more on? Which file? The one in Google Drive or the one in your hard disk? Same file, let's say, you have the same file. Which one you think you can rely more on? Which one you can be sure that I'm not going to lose it? The one in Google Drive or the one in your hard disk? Which one? Hard disk or Google Drive? Same file you have stored in Google Drive and hard disk. So which one you think is going to be, you are going to be more confident about that I'm not going to lose this file at all, whatever happens? So we are more confident about the Google Drive file because that we are not going to lose the Google Drive file. For obvious reason, because your hard disk can crash at this point of time. After 5 minutes, it can crash actually. Okay, it can get affected by virus. So I mean, I'm sure these kind of things must have happened to all of us some point of time. That all of a sudden you need to format your hard disk. Okay, why? Because though you are actually maintaining your hard disk, but your hard disk is not getting the maintenance, the kind of maintenance which Google Drive is getting. Okay. So though we are talking about here again in on cloud, though we are talking about less maintenance, but that less maintenance is from my perspective, from my point of view. But Salesforce.com is doing enough to make sure that their server is well maintained. Everything, the best of the best industry people are sitting there to do the maintenance of that. So your information is getting that VIP treatment there. Your customers' information is actually, you might be a small business owner with like 2 employees, and if you start so you might not have that much of budget. Think about this perspective. So your business can be really small. You might just have 2 employees, and You might have just purchased one or two licenses from Salesforce. But does that, so which means that if you, with the kind of size of your business, if you start maintaining your server, you might not be able to do it, do it in the best way, because how much you can actually, spend. But does that make any difference for Salesforce.com if you purchase their license? Your data, your information, your server space is going to get equal treatment as a multi-millionaire, multinational company. Got it? So that is the advantage, that on the cloud, because the company which is maintaining it, they are experts in it, they are making sure they are replicating the data. Even if, okay, so I'm not talking about the situation where Google Drive will never lose data. They also lose data. They might lose data, it's all hardware. But they have enough replicas of that. So even if they lose one of them, they are actually going to put back the other replica, take the information from the other replica, right? So duplicate servers are there. Get it? So obviously on cloud is more reliable also. So now from the initial question of what is CRM, we have drilled down to the Salesforce thing. So if you just try to imagine for a company, the first question that the company has is whether they need a CRM or not. Okay. When they decide that they need a CRM, then the next question that they have in mind is whether they need an on-premise or an on-cloud CRM. Then again, if they plan to take up an on-premise, they have a few options available. And for on cloud also, they have some options available, right? So out of those options, they can pick any one of them, right? So based on the pricing and everything. Out of all the options which are available, Salesforce is the most popular at this point of time. We don't know if we have something more popular than Salesforce coming in some next few years, but currently, looking at the market, it seems to um, be in the top for next couple of years at least. Okay, so I don't see any other CRM doing that good as Salesforce, because eventually it is actually having a bigger and bigger footprint. Okay, so now, so finally you have decided to go with Salesforce CRM. Now once you've decided to go with Salesforce CRM, what is the next thing that comes into mind? How much am I gonna pay? Correct, right? You decided Salesforce CRM based on the popularity and everything, or the functionalities. The next question is, how much am I going to pay for it? So Salesforce actually has different editions. Okay, and different editions come in different pricings. So they have pricing starting from 5 to $250 per month per user. So this all this pricing is per user pricing. So this is the range of pricing starting from 5 to 250. Right. So uh, what a company requires, based on that they select which edition they need. So if you have very basic requirement, you can actually go with the contact manager edition, which is a $5 edition. Contact manager is a $5 per user per month. Okay. So this edition basically allows you to store basic information about your customers and prospects. That's it. Okay, it does not allow you too many things. It does not let you do the automations. It does not let you do the reportings and the stuff properly. So it's a very basic edition. All right. Um, then there is a group edition. There is a professional edition. Then there is a enterprise. Then there is a unlimited edition. Group edition is priced around $25 per user per month. Professional edition is priced around $65 per user per month. Enterprise is priced around $125 per user per month. Unlimited is priced around $250 per user per month. Right. So this is the kind of pricing that we have. So depending on a requirement, the company will decide whether they need a contact manager or they need an unlimited edition. The customization and the automation stuff, which I was talking about, I told you, right? Nowadays, companies don't only look into storing the information; they also look into if they can automate some manual work, like sending of emails, receiving the emails automatically, intimating the customer about their cases, uh, automatically escalating the cases if a case is not resolved within a certain timeline. So that sort of customization, that sort of automation starts from enterprise edition. Okay. So you have very less automation and customization option available till here. From enterprise edition onwards, you have the option to customize your application, you have the option to automate, you have the option of writing your programs to control the logics, you have the option of building your own application setup. Okay, so that is there. These three primarily help you use the predefined functionalities of Salesforce. These two allow you to build your own functionalities also, and that's something which you are actually going to do as a developer. So for you, these three additions might not be that important. Just for your understanding sake, you need to know. But most of the time, you will be working on this or this, okay, as a developer, because ultimately you guys plan to get into the development stuff, right? So a developer will definitely not be required, for a company which is using a professional edition, because there is not much scope for development. Okay, you don't have the option of writing program. This is where you can actually write your programs and control the logics the way you want with your program. Got it? So that's about the editions. If you go to salesforce.com website, you can find these editions here also. Yeah. So if you go to the salesforce.com website, click on products, click on pricing, you'll get to see these editions. See, our contact manager is not given on their website, but it is available. Group, professional, enterprise, unlimited, 25, 65, 125, 250. Right? So that's how it is. You have workflow and approval automation available from the enterprise edition. Okay. And so till professional edition, you don't have. Let me reduce the size of it. That makes it easy for us to look. Okay, so I hope it is readable now. Okay, so this workflow and approval automation is available in enterprise edition. Okay, in professional edition, you have campaigns, customizable dashboards, stuff like this. So you can actually do campaigns, reporting, stuff like this here, but automation starts from here. Okay, unlimited edition gives you unlimited customizations. Okay, so in enterprise edition you will have limitations of customization. In unlimited edition you will have unlimited customization available. Correct? So you won't understand all of these terminology here, but eventually as we progress in the course you will start understanding things here. Just to this is the basic understanding that till professional edition there is not much of automation available or customization option available. That is not there. Clear? So any company which is actually looking at an, to automate some process or to customize the applications that are provided by Salesforce, they should at least choose an enterprise edition. Okay, this is for companies which are very small in size and who feel that they are pretty okay with whatever functionalities Salesforce has provided. They are okay with it. They can actually use these editions. Right? Okay. Apart from all these editions, there is one more edition which is called a developer edition, which is not given here. Okay, there's one more which is called the developer edition. It's not listed here because this is the pricing page and developer edition is free of cost. So we are going to use the developer edition for creating, for setting up our environment, Salesforce environment, which will help us. What is it? Where you can actually do all the development activities, right? Where you can actually test and try and write programs and test everything. So to create this developer edition for yourself, you just have to go to Salesforce, sorry, developer.salesforce.com/sign up. So this is the link. Just have to go here. See, you just have to go here, put your first name, last name, email, and all that information. It will create a developer edition for you, and it will send you a link in your email to activate that developer account. You just have to go and activate it. Okay. So tomorrow, once we meet, we are actually getting to the developer edition and understand it. I'm just putting the link in the chat window. Take this link and you guys can actually today create your developer edition. Okay, so that's it.